Hello everybody, I'm Corey and we're talking Manpower. Today we're continuing our conversation with Mr. Kirby Lampersberger, who's the director of the Army's Manpower and Force Management course. So, I know obviously the Army Logistics University is based at Fort Lee, and that's where you're based as well. Is Fort Lee the only place where I can take the course?
No, it is not. As a matter of fact, to explain that, routinely in any given fiscal year, we offer the course 10 to 12 times. And of those 10 to 12 times, we conduct it 3 to 4 times here at Fort Lee, by and large. The rest of the class opportunities are elsewhere around the continental United States, or in Europe, or in the Pacific Rim, as the case might be. Routinely, I go to Fort Bragg, Redstone, Alabama. Routinely, we go to Europe and also to U.S. Army Pacific. Pity that. But that's where we go and to conduct the course. So there's plenty of opportunities on on-site locations. And since you brought that up, oftentimes it might be easier for someone to get into a class that's at another location than it is to get into Fort Lee. There's a very high demand for attendance at Fort Lee, which is it's a bittersweet thing. On the one hand, it's a good thing in that the demand for the course is through the roof. The less than positive thing is that we can only take so many people that would like to come because we're limited by our classroom infrastructure. But otherwise, you can take the course at Fort Lee. It is competitive to get into. The waiting list is routinely long. So for those that are interested in taking it here at Fort Lee, and I would encourage you to do so, try to get in on that as early as possible. Otherwise, if you want to take it at another location, feel free to contact me directly, and you can do that. I have no heartburn with that. My telephone contact number would be area code 804-765-4703, or you can find me on the global Lampersberger. I spell Lima, Alpha, Mike, Papa, Echo, Romeo, Sierra, Bravo, Echo, Romeo, Golf, Echo, Romeo, first name Kirby, Kilo, India, Romeo, Bravo, Yankee. And don't worry, I'm the only one in the whole Department of Defense, so I can't get away from you.
Well, Mr. Lampersberger, one thing you can make a note, put me down in the course in Hawaii, because I could do with a nice trip out there. So
very good, sir.
Put me on notice there, and I'll see you out there.
I will see if we can't make that happen for you.
So what's the best part about being the instructor and designing the course, and do you enjoy this?
Let me start by answering the latter part of the question first. I absolutely love this class and this course, and I love doing the work that I do. And the reason that I enjoy doing it so much, now to get back to the former part of the question, is that it affords me the opportunity to do a lot of research, which I can then take the results of that and integrate into the course presentations and ultimately into the program of instruction. Also, the reason that I enjoy this job so much is that I love to teach and I love to facilitate learning. And this course definitely affords that opportunity. And it also affords me the opportunity, if you will, to represent the Army in a way that I love. I can share my prior military experience as well as relate that to how it helps me now as a Department of the Army civilian in the performance of my duties. And it's been a great course. And I guess one of the other great benefits of being in this position is the fact that I get to meet so many wonderful Army professionals, civilian and military, and I get to learn from them and their perspective more about manpower and force management than just the regular, headquarters Department of the Army line perspective, even though that's important, don't get me wrong. But I get a diversity of perspectives that help me then formulate, if you will, how we bring all our community together with the understanding that everything we do is critical to supporting the strategic direction of this great Army.
So, why are manpower and force management important to the Army?
Absolutely, and I'm glad you asked that question. In fact, I respectfully submit that they are now more than ever in the history of our Army critical. And the reason I say that is that with the pending in-strength reduction of the military and now the civilian reductions, and that's exactly what the Department of Defense is calling them, civilian reductions, we have to ask an important question. And the important question we need to ask from a manpower perspective is this: what's happening with all that workload out there? Is it just going to go away? Or is it going to be absorbed elsewhere? These are important questions to ask because we only have so many personnel positions to accomplish a lot of things. So manpower and force management analysts take on an even more critical role in the sense that we need our professionals to have the skill sets to be able to assess what we have available to us, analyze missions and priorities in support of the local commander and subsequent commanders all the way up to headquarters Department of the Army, so that we in turn can make meaningful and informed recommendations on how they go about making, if you will, informed resource decisions that ultimately impact how much manpower we're going to realize in each of our organizations across the Army.
So, what would you say to someone who's looking to take this Manpower and Force Management course, or who's looking to join the Manpower and Force Management career field?
I would encourage them to do that. I will say this, that I'm going to tell them up front that they need to be prepared that when they take this course, it's going to have a very much an academic, critical thinking kind of a focus, and that's not intended to frighten anyone away at all. It's just that this course is not just about getting through a bunch of PowerPoint slides and checking a mark off on the box that I completed this, that, or the other. No, when you take the course, you're going to be working, and you're going to be working in the context of doing a lot of deep critical thinking, which is important and essential to getting the most benefit from having attended the course. And if you're interested in joining the Career Program 26 community, I would encourage you to do that by all means. There's opportunity out there, and again, it boils back to the fact that this career program for Department of the Army civilians offers the opportunity for someone to really hone their analytical skills. And when you have sharp analytical skills, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, you can't hide in this great Army, because people are going to be coming after you for your subject matter expertise and relying upon you to assist them in making these critical resource-informed decisions. And that's why now more than ever, the course is important, and now more than ever, it's important that, and I would encourage those that are interested to get into this career program.
Well, Mr. Lampersberger, I know you've got a course going on, so I appreciate you stepping away and talking with me today. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much. I enjoyed the conversation.
Well, everyone, that's all we've got time for today. Please join us for our next segment. In the meantime, feel free to like the Army CP26 Facebook page, which is facebook.com/ArmyCP26. And until then, have a great Army Day.